Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. Thanks for stopping by today. I hope you're all having a great day and enjoying your day, doing whatever it is that brings you happiness and peace today. I am about to work on my Roach that I'm crocheting. It is Charlie the Roach. It is a Woobles kit, and I'm about to work on it a little bit. I was about to add the eyes, so I was looking for getting my stuff together so I can add these eyes in here. What are you guys up to? What's going on for you the weekend? Well, I asked Big Daddy earlier, did he have any plans? And he said we have to go to Target and get 1 prescription for me and 3 prescriptions for him at some point today. And so I was like, all right. I'd rather go on and get it over with, but also it just takes me a while to be able to get up the energy to put clothes on, to change from my pajamas to regular clothes. So it'll be later on in the day before we go and do that. This morning I got up. Excuse me. I came in here and was trying to, get going with my day. I got me some tea to drink and was just sitting here thinking about, what do I need to do? What's my day gonna look like? And he got up and come in here, and then he said, hey, you want to come have some coffee with me? Because we've gotten in the habit of, in the mornings before he goes to work, I usually go get in a recliner, and he'll come in there and sit with me and drink a cup of coffee before he gets ready for work. So we've kind of gotten in that habit, and it's nice to just kind of talk about our day and what we have going on before we actually, get going with our day, go our separate ways or whatever, And so we hadn't been doing it on weekends. We've only been doing it, during the week before he goes to work. So I didn't know if he'd want to today or not, but he did, and I was glad. I enjoyed it. So got up to go sit in there with him. And as soon as I got up, I had just fixed my glass full of tea. As soon as I got up, I grabbed my glass up. This hand gave way, and I dropped my whole cup onto the floor. The lid popped off. Tea went everywhere, so I had to clean that up. But sometimes my hands just do that. I mean, they're weak, and they just don't work sometimes. Sometimes when you need them to work, they give out on me. So I had to clean all that up. And actually, I need some mop water so I can actually mop, because the floor, even though I did put towels down and got it up and then put those towels in the washer machine, now the floor is sticky, so I need to sweep it with clean water. There it is. I couldn't find that little thing. So sometimes when I'm putting eyes in, I'll just answer some questions that sometimes I get. Sometimes I do glue these little safety eyes in, and sometimes I don't. It's depending on what I'm doing with the project. This is for me. It is for my desk. It is for me to play with and make up little stories with. I plan to have so much fun with these. So I don't glue them in. If I didn't know where they were going or something, I'd probably put some glue on these. On the inside, I like, just put a gob of glue all around it, and it'll hold it in, but I don't bother with that since I know it's mine. So then Big Daddy and I sitting there and had, conversations about whatever popped in our minds. We just talked. We both looked at our phones and kind of talked to each other about what we were looking at and stuff like that. Nothing of great importance, just spending time together. Sometimes that's, that's what matters, is, it doesn't matter what you're doing, just spending the time together. So then I said, well, he fixed me some cream of chicken soup. So I ate the cream of chicken, and then I don't know, he fixed him some lunch and he went to, I say lunch, I don't know, it's probably about 10 o'clock at that point. Breakfast, lunch, whatever, I don't even know what he ate because he fixed his and went in there to his chair and ate. So, I don't know why I keep putting my hook in there like, like I'm going to crochet, because actually I'm done with the head. But I keep doing that even before when I wasn't on here. Anyway, so I came in here and I've been trying to do a Walmart grocery list. And I talked to him about what all the GI doctor had said to me yesterday, and he said, well, make a Walmart grocery list. And so I keep making it, and I have a bunch of stuff in my cart, and then my cart's empty. And I try to click on my cart to see, you know, why isn't my stuff over there? And then the little thing just goes, and it never loads the page. And so I've done that so many times. And I open a new page and try to get in there, and I'm on my computer trying to do that, and I don't know, it's not loading, and it keeps saying uh-oh and sorry a bunch of times. And everything I try to look up, pull up, it won't even show some of the things. It says sorry. And then my cart is empty. And my cart should not be empty because I put a lot of things in there. So that's frustrating to spend all that time working on that cart, and now it's empty. And I don't even know what all I had in it. I had made a list as I was on the phone with the GI doctor the other day, about things, you know, like my Premier drinks, my Boost drinks, tea, juice, coffee, milk, milkshakes, ice cream, pudding, popsicles, Jell-O, applesauce, chicken broth, beef broth, cream of chicken, mashed potatoes. And I said to her, yeah, and I'll probably have some, I can't think of the name of it, carrot souffle. And I don't think she knew what that was, but I can buy it at Piccadilly and get some carrot souffle. I know there's a copycat recipe, but nobody's going to make that. So I have to go to Piccadilly and buy it if I'm going to eat it. And I don't think she knew what that was. And she's like, no, it needs to be creamy like mashed potatoes. And I said, oh, it is. It's not really carrot. It's not like carrots. But I would also like some, same concept, except sweet potato. That would be really good. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to pull up my cart here, and that is so aggravating. I don't know what is happening. I've closed it out and just reopened it several times, and my stuff is gone. I don't know. I guess it's no use in sitting and making a list if it's going to keep disappearing. Anyway, so we, you know, the GI doctor and I had talked about things for me to consume that, you know, are just liquids, not clear liquids. It doesn't have to be clear liquids, it's just liquids. You know, I told her, I said, well, I had some chicken and rice soup and chicken and star soup. And then we talked about, you know, like chicken broth, beef broth, and I had a can of cream of chicken, one can. So Big Daddy fixed that for me this morning, but I told her I'd probably have to just use what I have on hand before I, you know, go to the grocery store. So I don't really want to go to the grocery store on a Saturday, but I wouldn't mind doing a pickup order for a few things if I could get this to work with me. Work with me. It's aggravating. Okay, so I need to look and see. I don't think does it go like this or does it go like this? I don't know, but that's about what the roach is going to look like, y'all. I'm excited. I think it's cute. Okay, I'm not into roaches. No, we don't deal with that problem because I guess because we spray, we have a spray thing, and I guess that's why. But people who live in apartments and stuff like that probably do have issues with that. I would assume. I don't know for sure because I really don't know. But I think he's gonna be cute. I think it might go that way. It looks more natural to me. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I gotta read my pattern and figure out what I'm supposed to be doing for Charlie the roach. And he will be on my desk hanging out with Martha the pigeon and Tony the rat and probably Larvae, my teenage maggot. Anyway. That is so aggravating. And so, yeah, I was thinking if we go to Target later on to pick up prescriptions, we could do a pickup order from Walmart with a few groceries. And you might be wondering, like, why do y'all go to Target and get prescriptions every weekend? Well, I'll tell you why. Because we have a lot of prescriptions and we purposely stagger them to come out of different paychecks. Because if they all came out of one paycheck, that paycheck would be blown. It would be disaster. So we stagger them to come out of different paychecks. So we're always picking up prescriptions. And yes, I'll go ahead and say they do deliver some prescriptions, but not refrigerated medications. They do not. And so a lot of mine are, and Big Daddy's has his insulin and stuff like that's refrigerated, and they won't deliver those type things. So we do have to pick them up. Unfortunately, but it does get us out of the house. And I was thinking, I don't really want to walk around Target. Like, I don't have any interest in walking around Target today. But I do need to go somewhere and walk around and just to get out of the house and to, get my legs moving and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know where I want to go to walk around. And I know Big Daddy probably don't want to go to a bunch of stores. And I don't want to either. I can't hold up to doing a bunch of stores. But I want to pick one to go to walk around. It's too hot to walk around outside. Don't even suggest that. Too hot. But today's actually a cooler day, but it's still too hot. I'd need to go inside a store to walk around and just get, a little bit of exercise. I'm not pushing myself too hard. I'm just trying to make myself do this at least once a week to get out of the house and walk around somewhere. And it may be that we need to go in Walmart to pick up these items since the website's definitely, I'm tired of looking at that little emblem trying to load it. Oh goodness. So that's been my day so far, is trying to figure out Walmart's order and talking with Big Daddy and cleaning up spilt tea. And now I gotta figure out, there's something I'm supposed to do to this, and I gotta figure that out. But I think his body turned out really nice. For a roach's body. It's the best roach body I ever saw. And so I gotta figure out which is the head, I guess, and which is the body. So that's what I'm gonna do. I really want to go in my doll room and kind of organize today. I wanted to go through some doll clothes and organize things in there. I don't know if I'll make it in there or not, but I want to. I want to do that for myself. Just to go in there, shut the door, shut the cats out if I can. They work on that door trying to get it open. And just enjoy myself in there for a little while. Block out the rest of the world and pretend everything else isn't happening in the world. Sometimes it's fun to just stick your head in the sand and pretend like nothing else is going on. Okay, so I did turn off my brightest light over here because it kind of washes out all the stitches for me, and it kind of makes it where I can't see that well. But and then it took me a minute to figure out, you know, where I'm supposed to start these legs. So I am crocheting roach legs. Ugh. That's a first for me. And something I didn't think I'd ever do. And still, I am having trouble seeing stitches. And this yarn is not that dark. It's just my eyes. And so I have a few things going on that could be the causing my issues with my eyes. But you know, they're gonna be running some tests and rule out some things. And I do have 2 more appointments with the eye doctor coming up. But it could be another issue that I have going on altogether. So, anyway, it's always something. When you have a chronic illness, it's just always something extra going on. It's hard to hold this. It's hard to hold this in a good position. Like, I want to just pull it straight to my body. Okay, I think that was 2. I don't know. It's just a little bit awkward. It looks like it's going to rain today. Alexa, is it going to rain today?
Rain is expected in about 10 minutes.
Whoa.
It should last about 25 minutes.
In about 10 minutes, and it should last about 25 minutes. Okay. Thank you. The mail lady came a while ago, and she sat out there a long time, so she must have been just sorting through some mail that get her next little jog, you know, laid out or whatever. And so I thought, well, let me get to crocheting on these legs. They're not going to crochet themselves. Wait a minute, I got too many loops here. What I got going on? Okay. Now, that's the 3 legs on that side. I'm going to have to read the directions and see. I hope these legs end up in a way where the head is still going to be down here. That's what I'm hoping for. Sometimes, you know, when you're doing amigurumis, it's a little guesswork in there. But I just keep going. Most of the time it turns out fine, even though it looks like, what in the world? Most of the time it does turn out fine. If it doesn't, I can just pull it out and redo this. Start at another area and redo it. Sometimes we have to do that. I don't know if this little guy has a tail. Do roaches have tails? I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, did I get 3? Wait a minute. I came back, I did 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 1 more. I think that's right. Yeah. Alright, let's see. 5 slip stitch into 5 stitches and repeat rows 2 and 4. Okay. Hopefully I'm doing this right. Well, I just want them to line up correctly, you know, so my head ends up being in the right position and not off to the side up there. And I guess he does not have a tail. So now we know. I'm gonna see. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I did enough a few minutes ago. This, you just have to pay attention to what you're doing. It's not hard doing this around. It's just paying attention. It might be a little hard for me as I'm trying to, you know, get my hook to do what I want it to do. And it's kind of having a mind of its own. Like, no, I want to go here. So what are you guys working on if you're working on a project or doing something else around the house today? Yeah, I just don't feel like that's in a good place here. But I'm gonna do it and just see how crooked it looks in the end. Right? Yeah, so tell me about your day. How's it going? What you up to? We'll let all this rain move out, maybe before we go to town. I mean, I don't want to get dressed and go out to town in the rain. So we'll definitely get this rain out of our area before we go out. All right. Yeah, that's going to put my head over here on the side, which I don't want. Okay, so if I put my last leg right here, I'm just going to mark. If I put my last leg right here and it comes in and ends up right there, then it puts my head off to the side over here, and I wanted it straight on. Is there a way to manipulate? It is. I can manipulate it, I guess. Yeah. You just have to, you know, smush your shape around to shape it up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish that and see. Because I'm thinking that's going to be crooked from what I was thinking it was going to start as. But did I get the 3 in there? 1, 2, 3. Alright, so this should be my last leg. But I thought that definitely had an oval shape. the body. But I guess I just had it shaped as oval. But you can manipulate it, I guess. Okay. All right. And then I'm assuming I'm only going to do this one time. Well, let me see. I don't know for sure. I got to read my directions. Now, I'm getting close to being finished, but I got to do the antennas. I'm not crazy about the antennas. I don't know. I don't see how that's going to stand up, but I'm going to do it, and we're going to see. There's no crocheting or anything. It's just some yarn and tying a knot. So I need two, one for each antenna. And let's see. So basically, put some pull yarn through this one over here. Pull some yarn through. Right here, I'm going to tie a good knot right here. It wants me to tie a knot down here, and then I'm going to tie another knot. I just want it to be secure. One end of this is going to go right back into the head to hide the tail. Okay, let's see. Like I said, I don't see how this is going to stand up, really. And then I got to tie a knot up here somewhere, just for the top of the antenna, like a little knot at the top of his antenna. And my problem will be trying to get these to even look like they belong on the same head, the same length, you know, trying to get them the same length so they belong together. That's what I was thinking. It was going to kind of be floppy, but that's just the way it's going to be. And then trim right at that knot. I think we're going to try a little trick somebody mentioned and see about sharpening my scissors. We're going to try that in a moment. I have read that before, and I've done that before, but it's been a long time ago, and it was not with these scissors. Okay. And so this yarn, we are going to... Where is my favorite needle? I thought it was up here. There it is. We're going to take this yarn and just run it down through the head and just stick it in there. So that's supposed to be the antenna. We'll see if we get the other one even close. If it even turns out close to the same length. Okay. I think I tied that other one twice. Now the sun's coming out, so maybe the little shower's done. And the sun is shining bright because it's been kind of gloomy looking out there all day. Okay. And now we need to pull. I'm just going to use this. Pull that little tail through. I can hold that at the same time. Okay. Now, this one, we need it to be about that length and tie a knot in it. Okay. It's not the easiest tying knots with 3 fingers, but I'm doing it. Come on now, don't get droopy on me. Okay. The problem with these, this yarn, it's a tube yarn, and it is white on the inside. I don't know if you can see that. So his antennas are just kind of floppy there, you know. Might have been better if they were like a chain. They might have stood up a little bit better. But maybe that'll give him character. Floppy woppy. Antennas, I don't know. Okay, I skipped a part. Is that black yarn or brown? That's brown. I skipped a part, and I'm glad I did skip it because I would have had it all wrong. Alright, so you see you can shape this, you know, if you wanted it flat and round, you could shape it like that. But I want mine kind of oval looking. And so that's what I'm doing, making mine kind of oval. But I'm supposed to have some black yarn somewhere. Is it in here? Yes. And you're supposed to make a stripe down the back, but it's not really crocheted on there. It's, oh, black yarn again. But I'm not crocheting with it. I'm just going to go in with a needle and make a line down the back of him. Goodness, how embarrassing. Okay, now, I'm glad I didn't do this beforehand. I'm glad I waited until now to do this part. Okay. I read that direction several times, and I was just like, I'm going to wait till the end to do it. And I didn't know I needed to for this purpose until now, but... Okay, so I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to come up over here. And my head is going to go... Let me just look. My head is going to go about right there. Somewhere up in here. Look, my head is going to cover that little join. That's awesome. I can make it do that. Okay. Not join, but where I switched yarns. Yeah, where I switched yarns and joined a different color. You know how it kind of leaves a little jog there, so... Okay, yeah, sorry guys. So I'm leaving this line. What I'm trying to do is... Will that come all the way back through? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Let me see. I'm just kind of eyeballing it and seeing, visualizing what it's going to look like. Now the head is covering up this end. And I'm going to go back in right down here. Yeah. And I could pull that tight to shape it a little bit. If you want to, you can, you could do that. But, I'm just trying to see if I've got this kind of centered, or do I want to switch it around a little bit. And I could count these stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that centered enough for me? 2, 3. Well, it is back here. And I think it's just going to have to be up here. Some of the stuffing pulls out when I was doing the slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It is what it is. It's an amigurumi. Isn't that what I say? It's an amigurumi. And now, because it's not, that line will move freely. Because it's not really sewn on or stitched on or anything like that. Okay. I did 2 knots, and I'm going to cut my scissors. Cut my yarn. Have a little bit of a piece of black yarn. I don't think I have anywhere else to use it on here, but I'm going to stick it in there. And get my favorite needle. Pull in both of my yarn tails through here. Okay. Come on, you can do it. Now, those tails are just in there. I don't have to trim them or anything. But yeah, this line will kind of move freely to a point. Alright. I'll be right back. Okay, I went to get some tin foil and try to, do these scissors on the tin foil to try to sharpen them. I have done that before in the past with a different pair of scissors, and a subscriber just reminded me of that. So I was going to do it and test it and see, how much it sharpened it and all, but turns out we don't have any tin foil, so we're not doing that today, but we will another day after I get tin foil. And I put it on my Walmart list if Walmart would work. Alright, so here is my head, and I'm gonna try to figure out where I'll put me some little bumpers on the side, like don't go past this, don't go past that. I think that would put the line kind of in the center of the head as I have it right now. So I'm going to put some little markers. Get my little thing over where I can pick it up. get my markers over to say, don't go past this. I need one for this other side. And say don't go past this. But then I want to look at those and see 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Somewhere in that area. And I don't like it that the stuffing come out while I was doing the slip stitches. I had to pull it around, go around and trim it or something. But if I can get my head right in between these, that's where I want it. So I need to be able to hold this, hold that, put hot glue on it, and not do that, and get this in here. Is that going to look okay? I think it will. I'm trying to see like how high up on the body does the head need to go. Okay. Trying to get all that correct. Visualizing where it's going to go, how it's going to fit. And I have this little lip right here where my yarn, that row ended. So I'm going to put that little lip right at that lip. And it kind of covers up that jog right there. That's what I want to do. Just cover that up right there. Okay. Now, if I get yarn on those needles, it'll peel off of that plastic. Trying to make sure I got enough yarn to, enough glue to actually glue it on here, but not so much that I end up with a goopy mess. And that takes practice, trying to figure out how much glue you need. It just takes practice. So I got that little spot right where I wanted it. See, it covers up that color change. I thought the rain had stopped, but now it's thundering. Phoebe's a little bit upset because all the thundering going on out there. And I'm smushing this down. Remember, we can reshape it. Okay. Yeah, this cord obviously has something going on with it. I turned it. I don't know what I did, but it's back on now. Alright. Now, let's see what we got going on here. I don't want this to touch anything. So that is my Charlie the Roach. And his antennas, I knew that it was going to be floppy like that. Let's see, could just pull that to the back. I'd rather them go to the back or the sides than go forward. Okay, so there's Charlie. And here's Tony. And Charlie doesn't really need a standing thing, because he is flat on there. And then there's Martha. So we have Charlie, Tony, and Martha. And they are a trio that I received for Mother's Day. And they have a couple of accessories with them. So I might pull them out and crochet them soon. Alright, I like how the roach turned out. First time ever crocheting a roach. Never thought I'd do something like that. He wasn't hard to crochet at all. He didn't take that long, really. You know, once you crochet the shell and the bottom of it, you just change colors and crochet the bottom, crochet the head, add those legs. It didn't take but a minute. The only problem I had was, you know, just making sure this was gonna be centered. But once I saw that, oh yeah, you can shape that ever how you want to, then I was like, oh, okay, it's fine. It is all fine. So he's cute. I guess if you could say a roach is cute. He's about the cutest roach I ever saw. And then there's Tony and Martha. So there we go. Thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate you hanging out with me on this Saturday. And I hope that you are enjoying your day. And I will see you guys in the next video. Remember, it's a beautiful day to crochet or do anything else that brings you some happiness and enjoyment in your day. I hope you have a blessed day.